I always tell people that Nigeria is the only country that you can sleep with 5,000 naira and wake up with 5 million. Anything can happen. When it comes to work, please handle it professionally and negotiate. Even if your risk card is saying 10 million naira and someone is saying, oh, we have 7 million naira. For me, I don't say no to anyone. Very focal example. I had a talent that went for Big Brother and everything, see, from day 1 to day 90 was already planned. The content that we'll use for every day, I've shot it. Even apology video done day. See, in case it does something, there's apology video. So it was like nothing fear happen. But an unforeseen circumstance happened that
the trajectory of everything
just turned turbulent. When you say, I first would say,
what's happening?
What?
Welcome to another exciting episode of True Talk Niger. I am your host, Olufemi Daniel, and today we've got a sizzling topic that's been making waves in the Nigerian entertainment scene. So, have you ever tried reaching out to a celebrity? That's in there. And they tell you that, you know what? Please talk to my manager. Every time I hear that thing, I'm like, can't I just talk to you? And for some of us, that route hasn't always been the smoothest. So today on True Talk Niger, we're flipping the script. We'll be hearing from the manager side of things, diving into what it's really like to manage celebrities and brands in Nigeria. From the challenges to the strategies that go into turning a public figure into a household name, we've got it all covered. Stick around to the end and you might just hear some wild stories that have been encountered while managing these big names. Now today, my guest is a very good friend of mine. His name is Ayodele Omotola. We all know him as Slasha. He's a talent manager who has managed a lot of celebrities. And of course, one of them is, Seyi Awolowo people in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, Slasha. How's the country?
I believe the country is at the stage where it's presenting opportunities to people that can get it. I always tell people that Nigeria is the only country that you can sleep with 5,000 naira and wake up with 5 million. Anything can happen. They can call you to come and supply pencil to all the local government primary schools and you make money. No other country can, give you that opportunity. So Nigeria, as the state that it is now, just like allow me to talk about the Bible. There was famine in the land and a certain character sowed in that period and he reaped. So if you have money now in Nigeria, invest, do things, you make money. Especially if you are doing FMCGs, like products that people actually need fast. You must make them.
You're not part of those people who think that this country is spoiled.
No. I wasn't wired and trained that way. So I'm wired to see opportunities in when things are bad. That, okay, now that everything don't spoil like this,
wait till you do.
That's how a manager comes in.
All right. So being a manager, when they say what's the life of a manager, like when they say talk to my manager, they're saying talk to you people.
Yeah.
What is that life like?
It is
What's your role?
Ideally a talent manager is supposed to just manage the talent, like ensure that the talent moves from a point A to point D. Where you are and where you want to get to, everything that we need to do to get to that point D, the manager is going to ensure that it's executed. However, not only one person is supposed to do all the work. There's a talent manager, there's a brand manager, there's a road manager. There are a lot but in Nigeria, most times, because of resources, only one person does everything. You are the road manager, you are the PA, you are the assistant, you are everything. You're even the nanny. If your talent has a child and the baby they cry, now you go up and carry and pat her for back. Wow. But ideally you're just supposed to be, oversee the business running of this talent. Now this talent is just a product, raw as it is. What are we going to do to use it to make money?
Good. So you did everything in one. You did everything in one.
Yes. I've worked as PA before, I've worked as road manager, I've worked as business manager, I've worked as PR manager, I've worked as crisis manager. And I'm happy because it just gives you an idea of everything. You might now decide to master in one, but you have an idea of everything. So when you're speaking to even a legal person, the legal person cannot bamboozle you because you have an idea of how to negotiate contracts, how
Yeah.
to actually, sieve out the
Bosses
jargons.
and
And,
terms, you
yeah,
know,
so I've been through all the ranks and roles of different levels of manager. Yeah.
What's the difference between PR and manager? What's some of them managing PR?
So
you say they have this PR management. Please clarify.
so PR is mainly to give exposure and manage relationship between the talent and the outside world. A manager, okay, so let me go like this. Almost all PR guys can be talent managers, but not all talent managers can be PR guys. Because the PR guy is wired to think of how this brand is going to be better
in public space.
Yes. So you are looking out for the product, who is your talent, so that everything goes all well. But a manager is just sitting and be like, okay, hello, you want, okay, I'll send you the rate card. Just manage the whole process. No, it's just like being the manager of the product and the marketing manager. There's the difference, So the general manager oversees it, but the marketing manager is looking out for how can this our product meet the needs of people and is good. It has a good NPS. People like it. People are advocating for it. So yeah.
So what's NPS? We are new to this talent management.
No. So NPS is even general, like it's for marketing. It's net point score.
Okay.
It is so if I ask you, for example, that this microphone, do you like it? How on a scale of 1 to 10, how will you recommend it to people?
Okay.
You understand? So the average of all that is going to give you an NPS.
Okay.
Yes.
So now let's look at the Nigerian entertainment industry.
Yes.
Do you think like the culture of this industry, the way the industry, do you think it has the way it has influenced how people are managed, how artists are managed? Because sometimes you look at the industry, sometimes there's no structure. Do you think it also in some way influences the way that you can be a PR and can be a manager and be a nanny and all that?
So first off, I would say that the structurelessness of the industry is what has made some people be employable today.
Okay.
If structure is just like Nigeria, you see, Nigeria is a lawless country. If Nigeria becomes a lawful country, some of us will move to Togo. If Lagos acts the way UK is, London is, some people cannot afford to stay in Lagos. No be band A now, they increase when people they shout, nya, 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 nya. But yo, it is what it is. There's power, you pay for it. If you can't pay for it, move. Go to Abulegba where na band nothing. Do you understand? Like go to places that they just tap light from and you live life. But now there's no structure. People are still building houses, buying cars. You see people that you knew when they started singing. For example, by the grace of God, when I entered this space, mainstream, by the grace of God, with due respect to Ashake, I didn't know Ashake. But to God be the glory right now. Where Ashake is not, even our friend, Stevie Neto, his manager, where he is not, they're big. So there's no structure, but people are doing big things. So in every disadvantaged situation, there are still advantages to it. So it is for you to stop crying over the non-structural nature of the industry and make the most of it. So that you won't say, oh, it's because they didn't present the right candidate, that's why I didn't vote for election, and now it's the country is in shambles. That's a business.
I see. So let's talk about this pressure. Sometimes I think that it is the managers that don't allow some of these artists to even make some money.
I agree.
Like, what is it about you managers? See that you guys are your life's under pressure. What's the pressure you deal with? Because sometimes you're talking to a manager. I'm trying to talk to somebody. Say, Baba, somebody that had given 4 million to perform in Lagos like 18 months ago. Now I need this guy in an African country, and he says, is $30,000.
Mm.
Okay, no problem. These people are willing to pay $25,000. He says, Baba, I'm not going to even go Anambra for $25,000. I'm like, Anambra.
That's
So I'm like, what exactly is the problem with managers?
So I'll try to break it down in the simplest form.
Yeah.
First off, a manager is human. He's not a machine. He still has his own problem
To do
He has blood running, not be rubbing a day in body. So sometimes some of these managers allow their personal problems to get to them, plus their own hunger and self. Because most managers are living on percentage. So the higher the money they charge, the higher their percentage.
Oh, so if you charge 5 million,
yes.
What's also the percentage of
range? It's between 10 and 20%. The highest you can get as a manager is 20%, except you now add some other things. So by other things, you might say, so what I tell some of the talent that I work with, in every 100%, if you believe in tithes, pay your tithes 10%. Remaining 90% is another 100%.
Yeah.
So you give 10% to the talent manager.
Yeah.
Remove savings. Then take another 20%. Use it for PR.
Yeah. Do something.
Yes.
Let people know.
For every money that comes in, devote money to PR.
Yeah.
So that you can stay relevant and people have top of the mind awareness for you. Like if they want to say, oh, actors in Nigeria, there are some key people that will just come to you and there are unlimited actors in Nigeria.
All of them.
Why? They work on their PR, they do a lot of things, they go for meet and greets, they are
interviews, people post them.
Yes. So the manager that is hungry would always be a problem to his talent.
Hungry in the sense that he broke. So he will always want to negotiate a higher fee that people will not be able to afford.
Yes.
Oh wow.
They not be like, job no they come. You won't know that it's the manager that is actually quote unquote blocking this talent. So that is one challenge. Then the other hand is unprofessionalism. No matter the problem you have, if you're a girl having a menstrual pain, a guy, your girlfriend is disturbing you, when it comes to work, please handle it professionally and negotiate. Even if your risk are the same 10 million naira and someone is saying, oh, we have 7 million naira. For me, I don't say no to any money. I'll just adjust the values. So if you want him to show up, you do pre-event, event and post-event post. He might not be able to do it for 7 million. He can show up. You can say, okay, you put it on your story, you do this. There are just things that you adjust. There's no budgets that I cannot work with. If you say 10 naira, now you get no problem. This is what 10 naira will do.
No, we're not getting it.
No, because at the end of the day, if you don't collect that money, another person gets to collect that money and even post more than you.
They're probably a same followership.
Yes.
That's raw cash.
Yes, that's money on the table. You leave it and
that night you probably are not going anywhere.
God bless you. And if you sit down for us, that money not go.
You don't go account.
Guess what? You spend money safe.
Sitting down here.
Yes. But why not just go on all expense paid to an event?
Have you had an experience like that before? Let's hear what.
Yeah. So I was working with an actor at some point, and this actor, the unfortunate thing is that the fan base, fans generally, they gas up these guys and they make them feel like there's some place that really, 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 when you do the analysis, they might not be there. So it makes it look so tasking and difficult for you to make them see reasons. So this actor was like, I'm in this number of movies, this and that, and I'm like, see, you are this relevant now because of how consistent you are. There's money on the table. You say you charge this amount per day, but now they are willing to pay something lesser. Yeah, all you just need to do is show up for the movie. When it's time to do marketing for the movie, you can now negotiate that. I agree to this to act, not to At the end of the day, I was like, no, he's not interested. He doesn't want to do it. Okay, good and fine. Now this movie comes out, it does so well. Even unknown actors that were there, they got a lot of followership and exposure. But the job of a manager is not to say, Shibi, I told you. It's just to tell the person, when you're doing case studies, like, because for me, this job, I went back to school to do masters in marketing.
Mm.
So I'm not talking to you based on emotions or what the industry say. I'm giving you theories and relate with real life scenarios that this will work if you do like this. If you do this, this will work. With or without talent, I'm interested in seeing brands move from unknown to being known. So every person that I work with is just another like litmus test to endorse and say, okay, this works, this can work, this might not work, and whatnot. So at the end of the day, you say he's not acting. Movie comes out, everybody blows, and he too had to go and watch the movie and clap for the actors.
Wow. He made mention of top of the mind awareness.
Yeah.
At some point when you were talking about maybe talent allocating some budget for PR,
Yes.
maybe 10% to tithe, some other percent to XYZ.
Yeah.
So what as a manager
Yes.
to all these talents, like what role do you play when it comes to maybe CPM, brand awareness,
Yes.
that's for the talent? What role do you play basically?
Most of the talents that I work with, most of them, I'm first friends with them. Because the job of a manager, if you really, really want to look at it, is a lifeless, selfless job. You need to pull yourself down to ensure that somebody, look at, for example, some of the musicians that were artists that signed up other artists, that those artists blew. They needed to pull themselves down. Banky with Whiskey, Olamide recently with Ashake. When Ashake was going up, he had to come like
He wasn't pushing out music.
yes, because you
When
can't
Fireball was even
do
loose.
to
On the low.
so you have to be selfless. For me, I don't see myself like I just try to focus on this talent. That if this talent wins, I win in two ways. I make money and I also have more credit. Again, but if I say, oh yeah, let us, there are a lot of managers that they do celeb life past their talent.
Oh, wow.
It's a problem.
When the talent is now a celebrity.
Yes. So
I mean, when the
manager,
is a celebrity.
celebrity manager. What is that?
What
Are you celebrating as yourself? Your celebrityness should be in your talent. Your talent should be the gold. You should be in the shadows.
That's why in football you see sometimes the manager is more popular than the footballer. When they are doing like say, now the manager said you're not collecting this. I'm like, it should be the principal should be the core.
Yes. Without the talent, you are useless. What are you managing? There are no resources. I say, I mean they manage. But look at you managing.
That makes me remember this guy. Keith Daniels, is his bouncer?
Yes.
It was the guy, the manager.
No, it was just a bouncer.
He was just a bouncer because Slasha was talking about being selfless. So he was kind of like very selfless as well. Before we knew it, a lot of people liked the guy.
Yes.
So now, but I don't know about his story anymore. I don't used to.
No, it's still very calm.
It's still very calm. So does that mean for him to be that selfless, he might be even getting more gigs apparently?
Yes.
Okay, so one question I want to ask you, because before we even got to bring Slasha on the show, Slasha is very popular. I've seen him on some shows with Ima, Oh My God, and some other guys. So, but I'm longing. Oh, I want to see Slasha someday. I never knew I was going to see Slasha on our show today. So, one thing I want to ask you on the show is, I've seen you talk in some shows, and I like your poise, I like your soft skills, the way you respond to people, the way when Slasha, can we do this? And your response. So I like the way your attitude. Let me put it out, your attitude. So can you also like orientate our audience out there, because some of our audience out there might want to go build their career on being a talent manager. So can you just give us some few tips, like what is working for you that got you to this point of your career?
Thank you very much. First off, God. This work of managing talents, human beings. First off, human beings are funny, greedy, selfish. So if you don't have God by your side, if you don't work on your own self, mentally, spiritually, you might miss it. You might start doing things that you are not going to be proud of. I like to sleep at night with peace. I don't want anybody to be calling me, stressing me. If the job is 10 naira, it is 10 naira. My percentage is X amount, take it. My brother, it will take a lot for you to use 10% to make it in life. Yes. So the key is be sincere with the purpose. Sincerity. God is going to bless you. Just do your own thing. Should I shock you? I've gone for an event before, and the money they used to book the talents that I took there, when I was leaving, someone gave me ×2 of it. Dash. So imagine it's 10 million was a fee. What's my percentage? 1 million.
Your percentage?
I mean,
I think it's
Yes,
one
the
million.
10% is 1 million.
Yeah, 1 million.
Do you understand?
Sometimes 2.
Yes.
Wow.
Just that take. And that's free. Like, nobody say I did share with one person and whatnot. So the key thing is, one, have God, fear God, and secondly, go to school. School is not 1 + 1 + 3. 1 + 1 is 2. School actually helps you to know how to learn things and be consistent. So when you want to get a job, they'll say bring your CV. They want to see how consistent you are. Were you able to do something for 4 years or for 6 years and you're able to get just one thing out, certificate out? Are you consistent? Otherwise, this guy, you didn't finish school. You worked there 6 months, you left, jumped, you're just up and about. So we cannot commit something into your hand. You will not be able to see it through.
You're right.
Wow, that's true.
People just think that talent management is celebrity life today. In this place you are chopping life.
We are popping.
Our work is like play. The day you start playing with the work, you are done. You just be there before me. Let's just go. You just find out that they are going to Santorini. They are going to another. Maybe a bigger label wants to sign this talent. They drop you because
because your value is not.
Yes, now you don't have value. So go to school so that you be able to look out and identify KPIs. What are we using to measure our success?
Key performance.
Not just say we just did. What did they do for this guy? Said, oh, we always go together. I mean, the emperor roll Igbo.
Wow.
Like even what you do is carrying a phone and you're recording.
Be
Very
very
diligent.
diligent.
Know
Learn different ways to hold that phone
it. Definitely.
in style.
That won't even be obvious.
Yes.
Let the videos come out now.
Wow.
And people be like, when you record this thing, wow, man, oh, this is brilliant.
Massive, wow.
So God, school, and self-improvement. See, my brother, there's capacity and there's character. Capacity is that, okay, I can do this thing. Character is how good are you at doing this and the way you do it.
Style.
Imagine they say, I mean, you know Femi? Yes, I know Femi now. You think say he good with media? He good, very good with media. But once they don't talk that that bot might make everything.
It might disrupt the whole
Exactly.
exercise.
So, as much as you are working on your capacity, check your character. Check your character. This is very, very key. Otherwise, you will just be like, that guy good, but the guy good, but.
So let's talk about conflicts.
Yeah.
Let's talk about negative talks on social media. How do you handle these things? How do you, when they are bashing your talent?
Yes.
You jump in and say, no, all of you are mad. Like, see some people, they're dragging their boss, they just gonna say, oh, God, none of you talk to my God. I'm like, how do you handle this?
So for me, when there's an issue, I take myself out of that issue and look at it, have a better view of it, and be honest about it so that you will know how best to attack it. There are sometimes you need to retreat and surrender. Sometimes you just go in, explain what happens, and withdraw. No need to drag anybody, because if you do all these things with emotions, it will get so messy.
True.
It will get too messy. So for me, I am not emotional about anything. If my talent messed up, I go tell them, say, Alaye, this thing you did, it no make sense. However, to the world. We cannot, say, oh, it don't make sense. Let us manage the whole process. Do we need to sieve, like withdraw? Just stay out of the public space for a while. Let's work on some things, then we'll come back out. The good thing about Nigerians is that, as judgmental as Nigerians are very, very forgiving. If you can do the best. There are people like Two-Face, Davido, the band, that had very, very terrible, past. But I mean, look at where they are now. They might not be at their prime, but they are still in business.
Yeah.
There are things that have happened.
Okay. Yeah, but you mentioned Davido, Two-Face, Divya. I remember their stories way back. They are great guys. But one question I would ask: would you say that manager never managed them well? Now XYZ happened,
Yes.
but now the response on social media, because there were a lot of response from a lot of Nigerians,
Yes.
and you see some of the, I don't know who was managing them then,
Yes.
but the responses that are coming from different people on behalf of those guys,
Yes.
we're having what they call the Rai.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you think these managers never managed them well at that point when they had some bad experiences?
So back then, they were not clear roles for people. There will be a team, like 10 people are working with you, and everybody has access to you and they can do anything. So different people are saying different things from the angle. If there's 6 written on this table, someone there will see it as 9.
Oh.
So they will just be saying different things at different, but there's the truth. The facts can be bent, but the truth is the truth. So it's the person that knows the truth that is supposed to speak from understanding the truth. It's either you say everything or just walk around it. It's not their fault. They were acting to the best of their knowledge and exposure at that point.
time. Nice, fantastic. So I wanted to ask you, how do you manage celebrity ego? Actually, this same team issue you spoke about.
Yes.
At that time when you have issues that come up in the team, like the person who's supposed to handle the movement of the cars not come, and then the manager shouting, "Why did the car? Why is the driver not coming here? It's your job to get the car. The person supposed to carry the styling." Have you found issues? Have you experienced issues like that? And also where you have to even opt out and say, I'm not going to work with that anymore.
So, like I said earlier, most of the people that I work with, I first become friends with them. So that with or without working together, I want your best. I have your best interest at that. So when there's a team also, and you are the manager, your job is to ensure that your principal is successful at what they want to do. Imagine they booked you to be someplace, the driver did not come. You now say, let's sit down, let's wait now. The driver. If the driver doesn't come in 3 hours and we will lose this gig, you see what I'll do.
Well, you should have been organizing. You should have a plan B.
Yes, now. That's what managers are supposed to, like, your job comes out when there's chaos.
Yes. How you handle it.
Not when everything is moving strong. Big respect and big shout out to Papa Sunday Are, who is managing Whiskey.
Man.
Right now, that man, what do you think his job is right now?
Well,
how tasking do you think his job is?
Crazy. Really tasking. Whiskey. Managing Whiskey.
But Whiskey is a lot of people, not me. I'm not saying this from my perspective. We have Davido and Whiskey saga online. So a lot of people are saying Whiskey is very proud. But is Whiskey actually proud?
Their business.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Do you have
ask him, please. Ask him.
$100 million in your account right now?
Well, I know Whiskey has, but I don't have $100 million in my account right now.
Have
$1 million.
$1 million.
Leave $1 million, that's too much. $1
$1
million is 1.7. $1 million is 1.7 billion.
Come back and ask this question. It's not about pride. If you are staying with your parent, for example, and your mom cooks beans, every night now beans are at the chop. You now made 10,000 naira that day, like free money.
Yes.
Do you know that you can walk outside that when they serve beans, you
just
go outside.
Rice and
chicken for everybody.
You just gotta bring a bottle.
So would they say, would your dad say you're proud?
He won't say I'm proud. But
your dad will say you're proud. So now you made 10,000.
Yes.
He won't say I'm proud.
No, you
will
not.
Let me tell you.
No, let me tell you what your dad say. So you made mere 10,000 naira. Because you're CEO. How much is 10,000 naira? Then you're going to buy chicken for everybody. I'm very proud.
You better watch it.
Better watch it. Because we're 10,000 now.
And deep down, you just will say, I just want to change. Like, so, Wizkid is not proud. If you know Wizkid since before now, because I mean, I met Wizkid. Like Wizkid, the real Wizkid. Then when he was, you know, working with Sam Clef then. Because I mean, I work with Sam Clef too.
I think you work with the popular Sam Clef.
Yes, I think God blessed me with that challenging, controversial talent.
Wow.
That's the ministry God gave me. A lot of talents I work with. All right. So Wizkid,
wow,
Wizkid is not proud, but he has been classy since even when not in there.
Yeah.
He has known how to. Wizkid then
himself
would send fellow artists, please go buy, go come for him. Then,
Wow.
and they would do it gallantly with joy and happiness because they want him to give them one verse. Then, if you want to work with Wizkid, you need a verse. Just go to work by then. Sam Clef studio. Once Sam Clef don't say no worry, just wait. Once Wizkid enter studio, they will just play the song. Once they don't, no. You just drop verse. You know, that was how people used to. Because then, if you see, Wizkid had a lot of featuring, like a lot of I'm saying things. Small Sam Clef, and the producer, no problem. You leave a good them, come and play it. Sam Clef, you know. But so back to the question, Wizkid is not proud. He's just in. See, if you meet him, just the same way, some people be like the band. If you eat the band, if they tell you that the band stabbed somebody, I'm like, policeman. If the band enter here and say, I'm the band,
you will love it.
You will love it.
That's true.
That's what
That's true. But before Femi ask you the next question, it's still on this matter of Wizkid. So if
are you 30 BG fan?
Well, I would like to disclose that. No. I listen to Davido's song. I also listen to Wizkid songs, and those guys are great guys. So I'm not being sentimental. So what I want to ask is, so if you manage Davido and also manage Wizkid, because someday I see you managing either Wizkid or Davido. Yes. So if you manage Wizkid or Davido, what are those things you're going to do differently? Yes.
First off, line of communication must be properly managed. There's Ayodele Omotola, there's David Adeleke, but then there's the Davido brand and there's Wizkid brand. The Wizkid brand has to be known, like speak something. Ayodele Omotola can be doing as he likes. Someone close to being like that can be used as a test to see or to say good management. As funny, I'm not a fan of a lot of artists in Nigeria. Not for anything. I just respect everybody's also. But you see what is going on with Burna Boy? Is very, very is something that people should emulate. It's not perfect, but it is something that people should emulate. There is Damini, but then there's the Burna Boy. Burna Boy's brand and its management is
serious. Fantastic.
So communication management very, very key. Then you don't need a big circle close to your talent. Make the circle small. Let every other person be answerable to somebody that is close to the talent. Not that go brag, but everybody is coming. No, it distorts things. You know, because these celebrities are humans and they have emotions. They can do stuff, and you know, it will not affect the overall brand. Branding is not an event. It's a journey. It's a process. And one small mistake can mess things up. I'll give one very focal example. I had a talent that went for Big Brother, and everything, see, from day 1 to day 90 was already planned. The content that we'll use for every day, I've shot it. Even apology video done there. See, in case he does something, there's apology video. So it was like nothing fear happen. But an unforeseen circumstance happened that
the trajectory of everything
just turned turbulent. People say, I first would say,
what's happening?
What?
I was pitying you that time.
Like, it was not something that I ever, like, I didn't think this, like, worst case scenario. You know, they think worst case scenario, but this one was worst test.
It became a serious conversation.
Like government people can't they
They
reach
have to
out,
say
they
how
don't
far.
say this. So that kind
So
of thing.
what actually happened? Like for people that don't know.
Well, they know.
Okay, people-
They know. If you know, you know. So, but even the talent at the point told me that I hope I'm not under pressure. Am I comfortable working with you? I'm like, yo, bro,
It's not.
why? Let's do this.
Let's talk about money. Yeah, before I even get there, do you think there's any talent in Nigeria now that needs a better management? Do you think there's any talent in Nigeria right now that needs a better management?
So that question is dicey because it will be difficult for you to say someone needs something better if what he's doing right now is working for him. Better is relative.
Yeah.
You say better manager. Better is relative.
Perspective
It's going to be based on that talent, what they want to achieve. I'll go back to Wizkid. Banky W then and EMA, they were okay with ain't nobody like a Lagos. Lagos, they were okay conquering Lagos.
Yeah.
But Wizkid had a global outlook. So they were sleeping on the same bed but having different dreams. So, you know, the whole idea of Lagos, he just wants to go out. He wants to be a global act. And that was the first, step of departure for him because they were just okay that, when you don't expect something to happen, it now happens. You even want to curtail it and manage it. But you that your plan is to reach the sky. If you're on the roof, you know that one day. So better management is going to be where the talent is, where he wants to get to. Some people don't even know anything. Some creatives, all they have is their creativity. They don't even know how to turn their creativity to business. So it depends on each person. Where you meet them will determine if they want better, worse.
Let's talk about money side first. The money side of things. How do celebrity managers approach sponsorship and brand partnership? Because now you're talking about the fact that yes, you have a 10% from this, you have a 10%. So how do you approach brand partnership and sponsorship?
All right, thank you very much. For brands and talent, the unfortunate thing is that there's no one talent that is a sole owner of executing any project.
Okay.
So what you put on the table is influenced by relationship. So another thing for a good talent manager is the person has to also know people or be able to penetrate places, because your talent might not be able to always grab front. As popular as they are, you preserve them. They'll say the biggest egun and go dance last, the biggest masquerade. So you as the manager, you are out there making connections, talking, having value exchange. I don't go into a conversation if I don't see the value that my talents can offer that brand and how that brand can also get, how we can get value from that brand. Because it's pointless.
Right.
There's no need to just be meddling around. If this cannot work with the talent, no need. We can do maybe peripheral or awareness, because it depends on what the brand wants. Are you trying to get awareness? Are you trying to get people to be interested in your brand? Do you want people to actually make a decision about your brand, or you want people to buy? There are a lot of talent, influencers, celebrities that can give you awareness, but they can't convert for you.
How do you not identify brands that can work with your talent?
What they are trying to achieve is what make me know that okay, this can work. And as say for example a Timini and say a Seyi Awolowo, as much as they are guys, fine boys, whatnot, they might not be able to fit same branding. Timini is more of a
chill vibe.
You understand? Nightlife guy. She is a reserved, fine boy, bad guy. So understanding that will let you know that okay, this is, but greed will make you say, if you do, He go do am. Let's do.
Package them.
Then he will not be able to deliver as much as they want.
I see. So how much do you guys command from your celebrities? Is that the respect? Is that the respect? How do you command from your talents? Do they even respect the managers?
If you do not have value that you are bringing to the table, you cannot be respected. Even husband and wife, that's why disrespect is there.
Yeah.
Some women, not that it's right, but because they know they are the one that feeds the house, pays house rent, school fees, everything, they would always disrespect their husband. It's not like it's good, but I'm just using it as an example. The respect that you demand, might be skewed. But when respect comes as a result of results, it's constant and it only increases.
I see. So finally, as we wrap up gradually, I want to ask, what advice would you give to upcoming celebrities to build a sustainable career in Nigeria?
First off, know God and hold God. Because you see, this media entertainment space, Yoruba will say,
It's not I, not number I.
You see that the same thing you are doing, your colleague is doing, but why is your colleague out there and you are down
somewhere
there? It is not normal eye. To pull down is so easy, but to pull up,
Build up is crazy.
It's not.
my brother, only God makes stars.
Only God makes that. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard what he said. Oh God, thanks. I mean, I see a lot of people say, I just want to blow. I just want to blow. And I hear people say that, see, somebody says, if you don't first bring money, you that you want to blow, you first bring money to the label.
Yeah.
So I found out right now, a lot of talents will even bring money to the label.
True.
Because the label has a name.
Yes.
So
It's happening now. A lot. Some people, you think that they sign them, not them, they fund the lifestyle, but the label just has an umbrella name that helps them to shine. It has happened. We know there's a popular.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
We know. And sometimes the agreement doesn't go as they like, then everything just yam pepper scatter.
But really, do you think that's a good? I personally think it's not a bad thing.
It is not a bad thing, but the challenge is that most times people sleep on themselves. So because, for example, this big artist puts you under his label, you are spending your money to do your marketing. You now rely solely on that label or the artist, who is also an artist that is pushing himself. There's a problem. Let me give an example of someone that I'm not close to him. When he was under David, he had his own team and boys that they were doing stuff for him. So he was not only depending on DMW movement, he had his own movement and drive. And I mean, he's been able to stand out, come out strong, and he's doing his own stuff alone. However, also, before a talent, especially musicians, before you say, I want to go and start on my own, know that you are strong enough. There are a lot of talent artists that the love that radio stations have for you is because of the label. Not you.
Once you step out, that's it. How did the song get to the radio?
You don't know. You just the person just say, now playing. You understand? So you need to be very, very aware of where you are. Otherwise, you'll fall. We've had ex-popular artists in Nigeria.
Ex-popular artists like which one? I remember this guy, Mehdi. Where is he today?
Wow.
Ask him where you see him.
I see some out of other celebration over the weekend. He still has good songs, but it's not top of the mind. If they say name 10 artists in Nigeria, before you reach him, it might be long.
What's gonna make you opt out of managing celebrity?
What is going to make me opt out of managing celebrity is going to be maybe if God calls me to start a church, or I go into ministry.
Because a good pastor.
The lifestyle of public figures sometimes might stain a man of God, and we've seen it in real time. Any man of God that is hungry for publicity or wants to hang out with celebrities, you will see that he gets some things will be say, Olu say, respected man of God. He knows suppose why they talk this kind of around person like this, So that's because for me, my calling, I know God has called me to help other people excel. Hope. My fulfillment comes from seeing other people actually grow, move from where they're to where they ought to be. There is where my fulfillment lies.
Fantastic. All right, guys, we've come to the end of this episode. We're so excited to have Slasha in the building. Thank you so much for coming, brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming. And just so you know, guys, this podcast is proudly sponsored by Shamash Luxury. Shout out to everyone who's tuned in, who's liked this video. Please, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We're on all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which is X, TikTok, Snapchat, and follow us at True Talk Nigeria. And until next week, when we come your way, that's bye. Signing out.
Peace.